Hey guys, it's Roland. Guess who got a new camera stand today? A new tripod. I did. So, well, I'm the crusty old pro. It's not a tactical perspective toy review today. I know it's Figure Thursday, tomorrow's Figure Friday. It's a one or the other. Maybe I got something coming. I don't know. Right now, I know there's a couple things being sent, and I'm going to review them. Those will be real reviews, but I don't want to talk too much about them because you never hold anything till it's in your hand, right? And so yeah, why talk about it before it's in your hand? I made that mistake with Wolf Spider, and I'm not doing that ever again. But I do have a figure to show you today that I did pick up, but it's a Marvel Legends, so I don't count this as a tactical perspective toy review. I count this as part of my Murder of Crows, which is basically all the deals I went out and found today, of which one was a Marvel Legends figure, and the plans of conversions and the little ideas I have about them. It's just going to be a quick and dirty video, show you these things, but I will show you this figure that I picked up today. And Loki Wartooth is the only guy out there in my subscriber base. I think, I don't think I brought in the Aaron either, the other Aaron. No, he's the only one that knows maybe what I'm thinking about for this figure right now. And so I'll show you that, but I'll also show you some great little Cobra and Joe conversions I'm going to be adding to my list. And with now that I'm medicated with my ADHD, I'm finding multitasking working a lot better. I've got a bunch of projects that are all coming closer and closer to completion. So while it seems like I'm only focusing on the figures, I assure you that is not the case. In fact, the first place I had to go today was the dollar store to get new sketchbooks to work out some of the concepts I'm working on, things that weren't figures, because I've already filled out the figure one. But today I found my finds at Value Village, Michael's, the dollar store, and Toys R Us. And the dollar store is this tripod and the sketchbook that I got. But if you guys don't have Value Village out there in the States, that's okay. You've got Savers, and that's the company that Value Village is a part of. So that's where I find stuff like this. And I don't know, I thought everybody that collected and dabbled in this stuff thought of it the same. And then I realized that other people still pick up points on things I took for granted. And I pick up points on things that other people take for granted on their approaches. So I'm just going to show you some approaches and ideas I have on why I bought the things I bought and where that's going to go. I know it seems a bit hit and miss with some of these conversions I have planned, but when they're done, and I expect to have them done by the end of the summer, like at least one every month or two, based off what I've got right now, I think we'll be good to go. So there's a quick glimpse of all the conversions that are on the go. You guys have seen that helicopter before. It's on my list, and there's that sign that tells you to like, share, subscribe if you like this stuff. We'll get back to that later, but here's some cool stuff that I got. No, I already had Buzzer. And here's some more that we'll talk about. No, it's not the Gooby on. And here's another thing. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that too. All right, so let's start off with Marvel Legends Secret Invasion Nick Fury. That's the figure I picked up today. GameStop had them on a clearance level price, which is why I buy the Marvel Legends right now. Most, if not all, are for kit bashing and conversions, but they're based on the idea that I already had in my head, and I found a proper Marvel figure that reflects it. I needed a long trench coat dark figure for a concept I was working on for I'll say as much as it's a Cobra figure I want to do, and I needed something like that. Now the bonus to that is I got exactly that, and then I got all this, right? So I didn't know that that his beanie toque was removable, and I thought that's an excellent bonus for kit bashing someone else, and I've already test fitted it. It fits a couple figures. But he also got some extra blast effects, including the extra smoky ends to the guns. He got another pistol with the silencer that I had gotten before with, I think it was my Yelena Belova Black Widow. But he also got another pistol with that. And so not a bad go for like $24 Canadian, guys. That's pretty good for Americans. That's well under $20, I think, for you. So it was a good go on that one, and it's not the first and not the last Marvel Legends I can see myself buying. It's just I'm being very specific on why I buy the ones I buy, and I don't go into, well, I'll buy that one and hope I think of something. That's a dangerous rabbit hole. That really is, especially with Marvel properties. And there's our crow over there saying, hey, stay focused. So that's what I got at GameStop, which wasn't part of the list, but it's usually my first stop when I go to do a Figure Thursday, Figure Friday review. I go in there because all my pre-orders are from there, and every now and then they'll restock a shelf, or they'll have a really cool clearance figure I've never seen before. That's where I was getting all the other McFarlane stuff and things like that, but they have good deals. So after that, where'd we go? Let's go to Toys R Us next. I went to Toys R Us, guys. They have a lot of stuff on clearance right now with Masters of the Universe, clearly, and the Revelation Savage He-Man. I picked this up for a friend as a gift, and they already know, so it's fine. But it was just like that. It was too good of a deal as I saw it. It was on clearance for $19.98 Canadian. And it's Ortho and the Savage He-Man. Pardon me for burping. But you got a spear there. You got that the Eternian Power Sword and his traditional battle axe. You got some hands in there, and it looks like whatever's keeping Ortho up there. And then it looks like it comes with its own little floor. I thought that was a neat backdrop, and then you get the back of what else is in that line. So I was surprised to see that at the price it was, and I don't know what that means about the line or the characters or the popularity. I just know it was a good deal, and I knew somebody who likes that kind of a good deal on Motu. So that was the one thing I picked up for somebody, but what I picked up for myself, you know, I'm selfish. These were on sale finally, and I was waiting for these to go on a good price, guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna move some things around. You guys have seen that siege crawler before, so I'm not gonna talk about that, same as the helicopter. But what I found today, I've been wanting for a little while because I had a Skeletor version of these, but the G.I. Joe mini figures, the micro figures, I always found them really overpriced for what they were. But Toys R Us, basically, it's $3 a fig now. So I thought that was fair. You know, why should Sergeant Slaughter be the only guy in my collection with a vanity figure? So they only had the three out. So there's your traditional Snake Eyes. And I remember talking about how badly I wanted a traditional Snake Eyes. I meant retro line, not this. But, you know, good enough. And then, look, I got Retro Duke before everybody. No, it's just mini Retro Duke, right? So there we go. First Sergeant Duke. Yeah. I guess they got little stands inside. That's what it looks like it's saying on the figure. 3 points of articulation. Figure stand included. Duke. Alrighty then. That's pretty cool. I like getting the little logos. Those will slap up somewhere in my backdrops at some point. And then, of course, the third one is Roadblock, which we are now seeing. Thanks, Viper Island, for all the digital render images you showed on Insta today and passed around. We are seeing that, I guess, Tripwire and Roadblock are Tiger Force figures we can look at. I don't know. I didn't get into their whole thing yet. I've only caught what I was popping up on my pop-ups, but I swear I saw Tiger Force and Tripwire and Tiger Force Roadblock in that today. So, what'd you get? All right, well, we'll start with this. Clearly, this is my plan for a infantry fighting vehicle for Steeler. You guys heard me talk about how when I do him. We did him there. I also dulled down his helmet last night after I did the video because that was driving me nuts how shiny that devil thing was. What's the point of having a tank commander who doesn't have a tank or at least a tracked vehicle of some kind? So while I have him currently as my hovercraft gunnery, just as a place for him if I don't get anything done in time, I do want to build him an infantry fighting vehicle. See, look, there's Nick Fury's toque on our boy Steeler. Look at that, eh? Anyways, so I've already been ripping up some designs on that sketchbook that I was flapping around. If I don't know where that went, but yeah. Hey, watch this. Live fall. No, we're not doing the live fall. We're just going to set it down. Yeah, I had some sketches, and here they are. And I'd gone through the tablet of the things I bought, and this is what I usually do. I buy a bunch of like cheap used toys from Value Village to play with the either a technique or something I learned online for conversions. So with I am wanting to do some sort of, like I said, either infantry fighting vehicle or whatnot. I'm taking advantage of that track, but I don't want to do what we've seen on so many other sites, so many other conversions, where it's taking advantage of this guy. I mean, I love that, and I really did want to buy one and do exactly what everybody else has been doing for Classified, which was Dremel out the bottom of it and make room for the figure, because it was a cool thing. But the price tag, just, it was a little unfair for just just a piece. And I know guys like Articulated Ninja did it, and it looked phenomenal, so I considered it. And it is based off of a realistic design that the Americans, I guess, were working with. And we've seen these in Fast and the Furious, right, on the ice doing their things. So there were two reasons I wanted this. I wanted that track. I wanted the width, separation of the track, and it's a rubberized track, which actually is what we had on our TLAVs in Afghanistan. So rubberized track works. Now, we did have them with little swim flaps, but we can get around that. But I also wanted that chassis to put that aside, sorry, that body for the Gravedigger, to put it aside for my Dreadnoks for a later use, perhaps on a project I do with them. I just want the lower half of this so I can build Steeler a good vehicle. So what do I consider a good vehicle? I need something that turns it into a set. So I want it to be able to hold at least a few figures, if not a healthy number, like thinking 4 in the back, a driver and a crew commander. So 6 total. If I can squeeze in 2 more and it's not too cramped, sure. But I know right off the bat, and I knew that when I picked it up, I'm going to widen the top part of the body up over the track like it would be, and widen this vehicle up. So I'm gonna have to come up with a custom body, right? So what am I considering? Well, I'm not considering this as much. That's a very advanced technical build to do a window hatch like that. That's right out of that HISS tank design, right? And I don't have the means to do that with any degree of knowledge or patience. There's a lot of architecture involved and angles, and I'm not doing that. I got too many things to do. I want to do something else. Still has a few angles to it, but I'm going to do something more along the lines of the Warthog from the G.I. Joe line, but maybe just a variant of it. But the LRAM, or whatever they call these things, the aquatic landers, but maybe a new age design of it. I think I'd rather do something closer to that kind of a body, because it can justify the width, the length, and the crew capacities. But if I do this, I'm reducing it down to just a couple of figs as crew, which, as I go, when I build the body, if I see what's working, maybe that's the way I go, because like some of you guys know, sometimes the figure or the model dictates where it goes more than the plan did, right? But I was also considering maybe I do an RDC or Tiger Force AM out of it, ambulance. I really do kind of want to lean towards doing a Tiger Force vehicle, just to play with that paint concept, because it looks challenging to do with the yellow, the white, the black, and bright colors, big risk. But I'm not afraid of it. But I also want to do an AM. I do have like a medical bay in my hovercraft project, but I think a fast moving, very versatile, all-terrain ambulance makes sense. That can hold crew too, right? So we'll see where that goes. For Cobra, what do we got? Well, we know that eventually we're going to get Dreadnought cycles, and every one of us, I think, we look at bikes and go, well, Dreadnoughts need bikes, right? Because we picture the Dreadnoughts as they're meant to be pictured, as a bike gang. But I found these in a bag for $3.99. Oh, sorry, this was at Value Village. It cost me $7.99 Canadian. So that's like what, $4 for you guys in the States. And then these were $3.99, and I got 2 of them out of this. And so I've got a couple of concepts on the go, but these have very interesting body design. I was watching, was it Punk with Toys that reviewed them, or it's Chad that reviewed the Batman, oh God, who is making them? One of the toy companies, I want to say Haya or somebody, or maybe it was, no, it was a McFarlane, I'm sure. Somebody had done a bat wheel bike like this. Anyways, I think these are Ninja Turtles or something. I'm not quite sure. They're very old and faded. They've got the Ninja Turtle kind of graphics to the design. I'm looking at the way those look like turtle shell, and the stickers are kind of like sewer stickers. I think those are, but you can see how the wheels kind of can manipulate the shape. The fact I have two of them, I'm either going to do a Dreadnought thing with that, or I'm going to apply them to a Cobra fast attack vehicle of some sort. I'm just not sure if I'm going to keep this thing on, but it looks as though it's easy to remove with that screw. And I can always salvage the spring systems in that to put them on to something else later. So $3.99 two bikes, $7.99 Gravedigger chassis, which, oh, I forgot to show you. It's all foam under there, so I'm definitely going to protect that. Hey, like, share, and subscribe if you like Gravity. That's a shot. Okay, also at Value Village, I picked up this thing. Clearly one of those younger kid Batman toys. It's a little flyer for your Batman action figure to dismount. Like, ready? Come on in, Batman, if you were here. Whoosh, like that, right? But I see, if I were to do some conversion work and a lot of patience, not too much patience, and a bit of Gooby Gone. That's my secret to stickers, by the way. Gooby Gone. This channel is not sponsored by Gooby Gone, so be on, Gooby Gone. I could see that being a Cobra Claw conversion, like a new version of a Cobra Claw for something I'm doing there. I know you can get 3D prints of Cobra Claws. I know Loki Wartooth has one that he's either got perfected or he's working on. I can't remember what he said about it. Looks good. Looks traditional. I want something untraditional and prototypical, and that will work there. So those were the big Value Villages, and that one was $2.99 Canadian, guys. So what's in the box? What's in the box? This was the last thing from Value Village, and it was, I think this is like Lightning McQueen cars, track set pieces. But what I got them for was, I saw a bunch of pieces in here that I could repaint as background pieces. No problems for maybe a Dreadnought hideout or whatever I'm working on. But this stuff is going directly into this because I got a bunch of pieces of mesh fencing. And I don't know if you guys caught it at the end of one of my episodes recently. I talked about, oh, I just figured out what the cake topper for this Cobra diorama is going to be. But I'll call it up right here. I am going to do my version of that as a cake topper, and I think those would be a good perimeter work fence around the outside of the top to keep figures, you know, like in a fenced area and keep others out of the missile bay kind of thing. So I think that'll work well as a topper for that. The last deals I got today, I went to Michael's. Like I said, I picked up a couple of paintbrushes because I needed paintbrushes. I got some primer because I needed primer. But I found these in the arts aisle for $7.99. And you get a nice traditional Colt repeater rifle. And yeah, you get a couple of Western rifles. And they are the perfect scale for the classified series. And they are heavy. So they are, I think, metal. Which is interesting. I'm going to open these up and have a look at these, and you might see these on one of my future figures, either conversions or a figure review. But guys, that's going to be it for this one. I've got a lot of projects I got to get back to. I'm working on my nunchuck, I'm working on my hovercraft, and I'm working on this today, right now. So I got to get back at it, or else what am I going to show you later? You guys have a good time, and we'll see you after the Hasbro news event. And I have time to absorb more of what I'm seeing out of that. But dog's got a stretcher. All right, take care. Where's that off?